I've had the misfortune in life, I would say, to have encountered politics and politicians. Let's just put it that way. We don't need to go any further. And also, unfortunately for them and a lot of other people, I'm now of a certain age where I've built up an awful lot of experience. So even if I don't want things to be the case, sometimes I know they are. The two are very different, but things are the way they are, unfortunately, regardless of how I want them to be, no matter how many trees I hug. So I've had experience of politics and politicians, and this is my view, and it's taken a lot of thought to get to it. And it goes like this. So one day you're walking down the road and you think, I'd like to make the world a better place. And there you go, you walk past the building and there's a nice brass plaque at the door and it says, the Society for Making the World a Better Place. And you go in, you say, hello, I'd like to join up and do whatever I can to make the world a better place. And they go, brilliant. We need as many people as possible, all pointing in the same direction to make the world a better place. That's the aim. Come on in. You go, right, I'll get started. I'll roll my sleeves up. I'll lick stamps and fold letters and anything, and we'll see how it goes from there. And they go, oh no, you need some training. What day is it today? It's Tuesday. Come back next Thursday. We've got training on. You go, oh, well, can I not fold stamps and lick letters in the interim? And they go, you've got to get the training. You know, health and safety and all of that. So off you go, and you come back on Thursday, and they put you in the training, and it's only part 1 of the training, and you have to come back the next Thursday for parts 2 and 3, and then eventually you get trained, and you go, right, let's get going with the stamps and the licking and all of that. And they go, well, actually, the interesting thing is, for people who've just joined, next Friday there's somebody coming in from Sweden to talk about Swedish making the world a better place. Something I shouldn't have said a real country. I should have said Bottle Land or something. And they go, come back for that, because that's really important. And I've got to admit, we're spending a lot of time preparing for that. So you go, okay, so that's a week and a day. I come back. You come back and you sit through, and you go, that's great. Wow, really energised, fantastic. When can we get going? I can come in at the weekend. They go, well, we'll shut the weekend. But if you come in, what day is it? It says Friday. So come in on Wednesday and we'll see what we can do. And then you come in, they go, oh, we're just beginning a new campaign, you've turned up at the right moment. Why don't you come on Friday and we kick the campaign off, and you can get stuck in. And the campaign is somebody stands up and they start talking about how such and such people from a certain strange and remote place, and being sellotaped to the ceiling is a big issue. And you go, yeah, and afterwards you talk to people and you go, yeah, I know, we need to stop these people being sellotaped to the ceiling. And they go, no, we need more of them sellotaped to the ceiling. It's a terrible abuse of their rights or something. You go, oh, got that wrong, didn't I? And after a lot of that, you go, okay, this is getting a bit daft. We're never actually getting round to making the world a better place. And you say to somebody who's, like been mentoring you and being nice and that kind of thing, you go, when do I actually get round to making the world a better place? And they go, oh, yeah, right. You need to talk to Mr. McGovern. He's having a lunch with some very important politicians right now. He'll see you tomorrow. And Mr. McGovern, he's that bloke you've always seen, every day you see him. He's like taller than the rest and broader than the rest, and everybody else is in like make the world a better place t-shirts and tracksuits and action wear and that kind of thing. But he's the one who's in the suit. Sometimes his top button is undone, but not very often, and he's got a close cropped haircut and he looks very scrubbed, that kind of thing. So the next day you're hanging around, and finally somebody goes, Mr. McGovern's coming here. And he comes up to you and he encroaches on your personal space and he puts his arm around you and he goes, Mr. X, I understand you want to make the world a better place. And you go, yeah, that's right, maybe you and I can work together. He goes, no, this is the interesting thing, let me point this out. What made you think that anybody could ever make the world a better place. And you go, because it says it on the sign on the door. And thus, anybody with any sense takes up models. Models? That sounds bad. Model making. Thank you for your tolerance. Good night. By the way, no offence intended to the McGovern family. Mr. McGovern was a rabbit we used to have that the neighbours had and then gave to us when they moved. So that's Mr. McGovern.